taking out the R6 for the first real twisties ride. Bought this thing a couple months ago, but was gone for over a month. Didn't have much time to drive it. Yeah, I got a strong feeling the wind noise is just terrible. Giving this whole motovlogging thing a try for the first time. Got my GoPro and my mic and all that stuff. So we'll see how it goes, man. It'll be cool to see if it actually turns out halfway decent. Careful Avenue. Heard that. So I've got the mic like right in front of my mouth. Got it clipped on to the little whatever, the little kind of wind deflector right where the visor shuts onto it. What the hell's going on here? Yeah, I haven't even been here since right after the fires, so been a little while, and it's been even longer since I was here on a motorcycle. So I am loving this R6 though. This thing is fantastic. I got a long way to go before I can really play with everything this bad Larry's got. But fucking hey, it's been a ton of fun. And I've noticed that, like, without even trying, I'm definitely taking turns a few miles an hour faster than I used to before. Now I'm coming from a 2013 BMW F800 GS. Oh, here we go. There's the rock store. So that's that real famous spot everybody meets up at. As you can see, it's not so busy on a Tuesday afternoon. So here comes the stuff that everybody comes for. And for good reason. Like, it's a lot of fun. Now, anyway, this is 2016. What the fuck? Oh my fuck. What the hell, dude? Why? God damn it. What's going on here, man? Yep. Well, here's my 2016 Yamaha R6. I'm loving this thing. Thing's fast as hell compared to the bikes I've owned before. I'd list them off for you, but you don't give a shit about that. It's a real cool bike, man. Actually, it's got a salvage title. Still working through the process of getting it registered. I got to go to the California Highway Patrol on not tomorrow, but next week, Wednesday. Get a VIN verification done. That's pretty much the last step. I still haven't quite figured out why this thing's salvaged, other than my theory is that somebody just dumped it over real low speed. You can see this thing's cracked, and you got a crack back here, and there's definitely a little bit of chafing that happened down there. And they replaced the clutch lever and front brake lever, which, for a bike as brand spanking new as this, it's kind of a telltale sign that stuff got jacked up. But it's not any worse for the wear, and I'm not real picky about how the thing looks, even though I absolutely love how this thing looks. but I'm not worried about a few scratches. Yeah, it's been a real nice piece of gear. Hopefully I don't dump it soon. It's got this like knockoff Tochi exhaust or whatever the hell. I don't know, a lot of people talk trash about it, but at the end of the day, it's just a pipe, dude. And it still has the catalytic converter and all that jazz down there. So honestly, it doesn't make a goddamn bit of difference. Okay, maybe a tiny bit, but not enough for me to worry about it. Yeah, pick this thing up, $4,500, 2016 with what, 4,500 miles on it. Thing runs like a goddamn champion. All I had to do is I tightened the chain a little bit, got it to about an inch and a half of slack, which is right where you want it. Chain looks a little rusty, but yeah, I think the bike probably got dumped and then got neglected for a little while. But it's looking pretty great still. I'm digging it. Unfortunately, I don't get to go ride it up there and fucking low-side it on one of those hairpin turns. God damn it. Anyway, let me start this thing up for you. Okay. Here we go. I like to start it in neutral, you know. A lot of people start it in first gear and then hold the clutch in. Little known fact, the hardest part on an engine, really, aside from redlining the fuck out of it, bouncing it off the rev limiter, is when you're starting it. Because the oil pump is not running, so it's basically, you know, rubbing a bunch of metal parts against each other just about dry. So when you pull the clutch in, you're actually pulling on the crankshaft a little bit, which is adding even more stress to things. So I like to start it in neutral. You don't have to do that, but I've been riding motorcycles and driving cars for 15 years before I learned that little trick. So if you have the choice, go ahead and do that. Anyway, I'll shut the fuck up. Here we go. Like a champion. Pretty nice. I'm sure all the people that live up here just absolutely love that. I'm still so confused why the hell that thing is closed down. Well, I don't know. Better go find somewhere else to ride. While my camera and my mic are still running. Hopefully it doesn't sound like shit. Alright. Bye, Mulholland. See you next time. And again, nope, that's not the rock store. False alarm. Shows you how much I come up here. Oh, nice little neighborhood up there. God, I love this bike. It just feels so good. Yeah, they even got a couple gas pumps, which is kind of a neat. So I guess it's a diner. Apparently, the coffee sucks there. I've never even eaten there. Never had anything, so don't take my word for it. Probably going too fast here. Okay. Yeah. Of course. I should have put in a different spot in Google Maps so that I didn't have that problem. I just put in the rock store and Google said, okay, here you go. This is how you get there. That's it. I should have put in a spot just beyond it. This is the same goddamn fucking thing that happened last time I came up here. They had that little stretch, the glory stretch. It's only like a mile and a half long, but it really is a lot of fun. Maybe even not a mile. I'm not quite sure. It's a very short little area, but man, packs a punch. A lot of smiles per gallon down there. Oh, that's a cool old truck. Anyway, so where do we go now? I gotta get back to Torrance. But I still have about 2 hours before I need to be back there. Unfortunately, it took an hour and a half to get here. It took a goddamn hour and a half to get up here from Torrance. It's like 35 miles, if that tells you anything. So, yeah, averaging like 20 miles an hour or whatever. That's all the gears. That's 6th gear. That's one thing that does get me is, this is by far the highest revving motorcycle I've ever owned. It redlines at 16,500 RPM. So, you'll be cruising at like 5,000 or 6,000 RPM on the highway, and it sounds like you definitely need to shift, but you really don't. This engine just sings, and it sounds amazing. It probably doesn't sound that great in my microphone since I've put virtually zero work into dialing in this audio setup right now, but hopefully in future videos I'll get that figured out. Regardless of what road you're on out here, and this is gonna sound cheesy, but by golly, whatever road you're on out here near Malibu, up in the mountains, up in the Santa Monica Mountains as they call them, I believe, you're gonna strike gold. It's so scenic, lots of twisties, and it cools down a little bit up here too. I mean, right now it's about 196 degrees up here, so it's pretty toasty. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I didn't know there was a little lake up here. Wow, a little alpine village sort of thing going on here. Definitely not an alpine climate though. Yeah, it still gets toasty. It's toasty right now. Not too bad. I would guess it's about 80. But as long as I keep the speed up, I'm completely fine. And I'm wearing full gear. I've got my leather pants. I got a dumpy old Harley Davidson textile jacket. Actually, this thing is held up. I've had this for about 10 years and it's still doing great. It's just not the best piece of gear. Okay, well, I'm gonna call an audible here and take a right. Because I came from Mulholland Highway that way, and I'd like to mix it up. I guess I shouldn't go too fast here. It's still kind of populated. Oh yeah, little marmot running on the roadside. That's cool. Twisties next 2 miles, okay. Thank you very much. Another little marmot. Okay, here we go. Here's a little lake village. Alright, I can deal with that. I'm surprised this thing is still recording. I gotta check my speed every now and then because it's easy to lose track. I have to say, I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to say I'm going mind-bogglingly fast, but I tend to find myself going a lot faster than I thought I was going. Because this thing really just gets up and goes. And I'm pretty much keeping it in the lower RPM right now. Well, very much in the lower RPM. But the real power comes when you hit about 9,000 RPM, full throttle in this thing. You gotta hold on, because it seriously tugs. It's like the VTEC kicking in. In reality, it's just, the cams are, they're set up to give you the best flow at the higher RPM, which makes sense, because this is really a race machine, so. It's a race machine! But no, I mean, in a race it's going to spend pretty much all day at pretty much 9,000 RPM or above. If you're shifting through the gears correctly, I suppose. Again, that's already 6th gear, Tom. Okay. I gotta replace these levers. These things are... Well, I gotta check the hardware because they're just sloppy. Fucking things just wobble. Let me show you. See, that's pretty wobbly. The brake one... way too wobbly. So, you know, it doesn't exactly inspire confidence when you're dealing with that. So that's what I'm talking about. That was 2nd gear, full throttle, and Careful Avenue. Okay, I already drove by that. It's okay. I guess I need to go back the other way. Okay, yep. There's that truck again. Okay, I better flip this pig around. There's a skeleton driving that truck. That's pretty silly. Let me see if this thing's still recording. Freaking doing circles out here. Man, I'll tell you what. This day did not quite turn out as expected. Still recording. Wow. 21 minutes. Okay, solid. Well, I meant for the inaugural motovlogging video to be on Mulholland. I thought that would be fitting. Fitting how? Well, I wish you wouldn't ask that question because I'm not quite sure. But I thought it would be cool. You know, I thought it would be pretty neat. But that's not going to happen. That's not in the cards for today. Anyway, let me see what's going on here. You know what? I got an idea. I'm going to put that in, and I'll bet it'll tell me. So that's one of my favorite little spots there. Okay, so even if I had... Oh, I see. It tells you to go around. Yeah, because that's the nice part. Well, since we didn't ride it today, let me just show you on my phone. That'll be almost the same thing. So, you know, you ride up here, you go down there, you go to the rock store, and then, you know, right about there, pretty much right past where the road closure sign was. That's where it gets real fun. And you work your way around here. Man, I hope this is in focus. You work your way up, you know, bada bing, bada boom, boop, boop, boop. And then there's the 180, the hairpin that a lot of people beef it on. You just gotta kind of take it easy, you know. Don't try to impress anybody. There's also a ton of really, really good roads all around. I mean, just everywhere, man. All up in the Santa Monica Mountains. So I got a lot of spots that I like to ride, like Decker Canyon Road, which is over here. Lots of good stuff. So not to say Mulholland is overrated, but man, there are so many options. So many choices. That is looking kind of tasty right there. Bulldog Meatway. What the? And then bang it right on Las Virgenes Road, dude. Okay, and that turns into Malibu Canyon Road. Cool. Well, looks like that's what we're going to do. Not as exciting as I was hoping, but at least there's this sweet truck here. Man, this is pretty much a ghost town up here. It's kind of crazy how different it is. Like on a Saturday or Sunday, man, it gets pretty busy up around here. Tons of motorcycles just blasting around. It's a lot of fun. Okay. All right, still recording. Frankly, I'm surprised my old GoPro 3 is still recording. Normally that thing likes to either just shut off randomly or the battery will just die on me. So I'm impressed that has not happened yet. Alrighty, well, I'm just going to keep riding and yeah, just freaking ride myself into the freaking ground until I get back. Okay. Back from where we came, ladies and gents. At least I'm kind of getting my sea legs back with this thing. You know, just getting used to feeling how it is leaned over. Just a little bit, you know. I've definitely still got some chicken strips on here, but I'm okay with that. Rather have chicken strips than, I don't know, dude, roast beef curtains all over my bike because I fucking wrecked it, you know what I'm saying? Just take it easy for now. I'm learning, you know, I'm still learning how to count my gears. I actually really like this stretch of Mulholland, you know, to the east of the Snake, because this is you know, the turns are larger, you know, larger radius turns, and the speed is faster, so it gives you a different kind of, you know, it gives you the yin to the yang, if you know what I'm saying. It gives you something else to play with. You have to let your hair down and just let your hair blow in the wind. Man, I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do. I'm saying some weird shit today. Anyways, what else? What else is there to talk about with the R6? What else can I say about it? Yeah, what else is there to say? Thing's freaking fast, man. Okay, there's 6th gear. Got it. Oh my. Oh yeah, there's a big ass dirt spill there. Alrighty. Well, good thing I'm cleaning that up. That's another thing you really gotta look out for. And there's so much sand and rocks and stuff all over the roads around here. It'll get you. You gotta watch out. So you can't just be, you know, putting everything you've got into it around every turn. Even if you know all the roads around here. Because you never know what the hell is going to be on the other side. But of course, you know, you can sure push yourself. Learn something every day about your motorcycle and yourself. Look at that view, dude. It's so cool up here. I don't know if I've got the camera set up at quite the right angle. Ooh, yeah, there's some sand and stuff there in the road. I'll have to, you know, watch this video myself and see how my camera angle was. 'Cause frankly, I have a feeling it's too low. But I also don't know quite what my normal riding position is on this bike yet. You know, I'm not like super tucked like they do in the races, you know. It's like a hybrid. A hybrid. I mean, it's like I'm trying to sit more upright like I used to do on my F800. But obviously that doesn't quite work on an R6. I mean, you are in an aggressive position. Like, let there be no doubt about that. And it just makes you want to go freaking fast, man. Yeah, there it is. Alright, I'm gonna pull over, stop this video, just to be safe. Because if my battery dies, I don't know what the hell it's gonna do with that video. I sure as hell don't want to lose all this freaking garbage that I've been spewing for the last half hour. Alright, well, that might be the end of the video, unless I decide to record some more today. Okay, peace! Okay, so here's full throttle, second gear. Jesus!